Everyone, thank you for attending our next installment of our series where we interview some amazing Muslim scientists. And we have another one here with us, Dr. Hala Al-Khazandur. And she is in the UK, but actually is a professor at the Islamic University of Gaza. She works in electrical engineering and smart systems department over there. And just really excited to have you with us, Professor Hala.
Thank you very much. I'm very excited too.
You and I met at the International Society for Muslim Women in Science, I believe that.
Yes.
Very great. Yeah, Dr. Nahar sets up. And so I'm just so grateful we were able to connect through there. And thanks for sharing your story with our listeners.
Thank you. Thank you. And also thanks for Professor Nahar. She's an amazing person. She's doing a very great job.
Yes, she is a powerhouse herself, alhamdulillah. I'll actually be speaking with her, I believe, in the next week or so, Hala. So it'll be in good company.
Yeah, that would be good. Okay.
But I remember your presentation, Professor Hala, and it was just really interesting in and of itself, but just hearing your story too. So for just our listeners, can you please just give us a background on what exactly I gave a brief sentence of what you do, but if you could tell us more about what you do in your current position.
I'm currently a distinguished professor at the Electrical Engineering and the Smart Systems Department, where I teach undergraduate students, sometimes master students, but mainly we don't have a PhD students, so we mainly between masters and the PhD. Teach a lot of undergraduate courses like circuits, electronics, mathematics, other courses which have been taught for logic or whatever courses that we teach for undergraduate. Also, I have been for some time as a department head. Also, I initiated the acceleration unit at the Islamic University of Gaza, and I was one of the team who initiated the quality assurance unit at the Islamic University. So mainly I'm teaching, and besides teaching, I do also research, and my research has a wide variety of research and was of doing optical sensors, measurements, nanotechnology, solar cells, electromagnetic modeling, transmission lines. So it has a wide variety hybrid systems, like having many kind of renewable energy sources like solar, wind, bio, and initiate a system that can power or electrify a certain region, especially in the remote regions. So that's mainly what I'm doing. I'm doing research and teaching. And in the last 2 years, while the war is running in Gaza, I'm currently at Imperial College in London, where I'm doing also research in technology.
Thank you so much for that background. So real quick, I mean, it's a lot of stuff that you're doing. So one thing you had mentioned, quality assurance. Can you elaborate on that and what exactly that means?
In each university, there must be a unit which is make sure that everything goes with benchmarking for that subject. So for example, we are in electrical engineering, so we have to make sure that all the courses fit with engineering benchmarking that have been, for example, assigned by the IEEE in USA. So we have to make sure that we teach the same courses that it should be taught for electrical engineers, tasks that should be implemented conveyed for the engineers. For example, critical thinking and analyzing stuffs, conveying the theoretical to practical skills. So there are a lot of criteria that we have to check, and how to check how many students, for example, get into the class, how much they pass, how much they fail. Also, there will be some criteria for the evaluation. What is there variation of evaluation, or it's only one way to evaluate a student? For example, is there midterm, final quizzes, some term papers, or it's only one final exam, which is not fair. So there are a lot of criteria that follow benchmark, which have been done by an international society in this subject. For example, as I said, IEEE in the USA.
Okay, got it.
So that's mainly what we have done. It's not only for electrical engineering, but because I'm at the electrical engineering, so I'm talking about that. But when we initiate this unit, it has to do with all topics, all subjects. So we have 12 specialization at the Islamic University of Gaza. Each subject has and also every 4 years, the curricula of the department should be upgraded to follow what is new in the subject. It shouldn't be staying forever. Curricula plans for the certain subjects every 4 years has to be modified and upgraded to follow what is the recent in the field. So it's for all the university departments. So when we initiated, it was like a few people, but then every department has its representative who follow making these reports, making sure that the number of students is okay compared to the teachers, and also the environment, like the classes is really well equipped for the students to be feeling good while they are taking the lessons. Also, there are green lands where students can go out and take some good breeze. So everything have to be considered in this report. So each department currently has its own representative for the quality unit. They write the report and send it to the quality report. And every 4 years, there will be initiated a new committee, which is called the curricula committee. And they are responsible for upgrading the curricula plan for the students, for the department.
Okay, thank you for clarifying that. So yeah, definitely very involved, and it's amazing because just holding everything to the same standard and making sure that the quality is just as good no matter where you get the education. So that's really great, much so that you guys will be focusing on that. As I mentioned, you do so much. What keeps you going, and what is it that you love about your job that makes you keep doing?
I believe that it's my choice. One important thing that I wanted to be doing this, and this is very important. I believe once I get a job, I have to do it well. Whenever I do something, I try to do it as perfect as I can. Also, it's something enjoyable when you are with the students, give some of your knowledge to the students and feel that this knowledge is keep going. The students learn it very well and they become doctors. They teach in other universities or they work in industry. So I feel very good when you see what you have done is really physical. You see something happening. What keeps me going, I think it's the best that I can do. Then I have to keep going. I wouldn't leave it as long as I can do it. Also, I would say circumstances, maybe most of us in the field have certain circumstances that put us in a certain mold, and that we have less leisure time. So we have a lot of time that we only can use it for our research and study. It's because of our circumstances and the situation we live.
Yeah, oh, alhamdulillah. Those are really good motivators. Since you were mentioning just the circumstances as well, typically I'll ask people, what do you like least about your job? But if you could also elaborate on that too, Professor Hala, that the parts of your job that you may not like, but then also the current circumstances that you're in, that how does that impact your job as well too? So for example, how does living in before the war, since the war, and then even in that occupation itself, how does that impact your job too?
Yeah, it has a big impact for sure. First of all, the circumstances we live in, that we have very limited resources. We don't have an infrastructure for research. Made me choose when I was doing my PhD between theoretical and experimental physics. So I thought if I go back to Gaza, I give this example to myself, even though I liked a lot to do experiments. If I go back to Gaza and I couldn't go out from Gaza, I don't have the infrastructure for experimental. So these circumstances influenced my decision to be a theoretical physicist, for example. Even though, as I said, I really like to be in the lab and do something, but I become theoretician because of the circumstances. Because for theory, all what you need is a paper and a pen, and for the most cases to write is a computer. You don't need very expensive equipment to put in the lab and do research. So this one thing affected my decision to be a theoretical, not experimental physicist. And the circumstances in Gaza also affected us a lot, because we have a lot of time that we don't have electricity, and you want to do some research, or you have a deadline to submit a proposal, or deadline to do the correction for your paper. So all these put you under stress, very huge stress, and it affects our health too. And this is a lot of a challenge that we have to face all the time. Also, because of the limited resources, I was always looking for somewhere to go to find resources to do my research. So I would admit that I have never enjoyed my summer vacation. So once schooling is finished, always I have somewhere to go, to move from one office in Gaza to another office in somewhere. So I usually go not for leisure, I go to do research. So mainly I will stay in the university, wherever I go, to just make use as much as I can from the resources that I have while I'm in this place. And even sometimes that I work with them, they ask me to go home in the weekends or to go home at some time in the night. That's enough. So I really I would say the circumstances really affected how to manage our life, how to manage our research. So now when I look back and see Gaza is completely destroyed, I really regretted that I didn't stay too long in Gaza during the summer and enjoy the sunny days near the sea. I miss all that because I miss it during my stay in Gaza, and now I'm missing, I don't know for how long. So yeah, circumstances affected us a lot. It's not really an easy thing.
Okay, yeah, but no, that's definitely, it makes sense that things would be complicated due to the occupation, and that it would obviously, it sounds like it definitely has impacted your ability to do your work and research and to the full extent that, let's say, versus when you're in the UK, for example. Speaking of engineering, and especially with the young children that might listen to this too, that was there ever a role that you had mentioned the Prophet ﷺ and his examples, but was there ever a time where faith actually played a role in you choosing this particular career in engineering?
When I was thinking about doing my bachelor degree, at the beginning, I was really fascinated by the Muslim scientists in the time of the Islamic era. I was fascinated, for example, by Ibn al-Haytham and al-Bukhari. So I was fascinated for every Muslim who did something important in that era. I started to dig deeply about my faith and how I will feel peaceful with my belief and my study. So I wanted something to connect me more to my belief, to connect me more to what Allah created. So at the beginning, I thought maybe I will study biology. I thought biology will be really connected with everything created in nature, like plants, animals, human, and with what Allah created. But when I came to the university and I wanted to take some biology courses, I realized this is not what I really wanted. I wanted something even more connected me to nature, something that I can do something or understand more about the physics behind all the connections between the nature and the system, planet system. So that's directed me toward physics. So I thought, okay, that's what I want. I want to do physics, not biology. Physics is more deeper, that connects things together and explain things. That makes me change my mind and go to physics. Always was behind me the motive that I want to connect me, my study, to my belief. So it was a big connection. And I grew up watching, which is actually it's Egyptian program. The representative is called, he's a great person, Rahmatullah alayhi. He always was connecting anything in the nature with a great creation. So he would talk about a phenomenon and explain it and connect it to so it's called science and faith. So he will connect what is science and together. And I think that's also influenced me a lot, which may drive me to understand more and more like this person. He was really great. And also I was watching Sha'rawi. I don't know if you know him or not. He's also one of the Muslim sheikhs in Egypt. So he would give a lot of explanation for Quran, and he was giving these things for normal people who are not very sophisticated scientists. Normal people, so anybody can understand what he's talking about. So this is also goes to the heart right away, and you deepen your faith and you see how much he spent time to understand one verses and how to explain it. And if there is scientific issue on this verses, he will even expose himself to understand what it. He wouldn't accept just to say it to the people and accept it. He wants to understand it and know what is behind it. So he works very hard in this science. And I admired that a lot. And I thought, everybody who wants to do his job, he has to do it like this, should do it like this. Work very hard to understand it and see how can he convey this knowledge to other people in a way that everybody can understand it. So these two characters really influenced me a lot. As I said, all what I do in my life has been driven somehow by my belief, my faith, and my Islamic background, which has asked me, as I said, Prophet Muhammad say, if you want to do something, you have to do it perfect.
Yeah, mashallah. No, that's amazing. So it sounds like your teachers definitely played a role too.
Thanks.
Yeah, so it goes back to how you're saying that how you want to also give back as teaching for students too, so much, so it's full circle then. Yeah, sounds like you had a lot of good motivation, a lot of good role models. Is there any part then when you're doing your job? So it sounds like you're saying that this is what motivated you, but do you feel like since doing your job now that there are parts of it that have either made you a better Muslim or have made you question anything more about the religion or your faith?
I really don't pass anything which question my faith. This is for sure. Nothing actually come to my mind that I say, okay, why that's happened, and wow, maybe has to influence my way of faith. I don't think so in a negative way. No, I don't think so. There is nothing which is really pose a question in my mind negatively against my belief or my religion. At the contrary, whatever I do, I believe that Allah do it in a perfect way, that He show us the light to go somewhere in certain direction, to do something. Sometimes I think, why I do that? It's not my choice. It's something pushed me to do that. So it's my faith. So sometimes I think deeply about something I have done. And I think if I done the other thing, what would happen? And I say, no, that's stupid. When I done that thing at that moment, I think that was the best for me, and this is something Allah chose for me. I choose it, but it's somehow it has been directed by Allah to do this way, not the other way. And I don't think if I do the other way, it would be better, because I believe that Allah prompted me to do it, because I believe it wasn't good for me. Yeah, I think during my career, alhamdulillah, I hope that will stay till I die. Nothing a question my belief, I hope so. That's why we all the time ask, please help us to be hold with our belief. It's something hard, especially for scientist people and in such harsh environment and harsh circumstances. So yeah, I think this is how we raised up to believe that things are done for best for us. Even the war, I think there must be something behind it, good for the people. I don't know what is it, but I think always what have been done for us as Muslims should be for good for us. Maybe now it looks not good. Maybe it looks like all the Muslim countries are weak and behind everything. But I think there must be a reason why Allah did that. And one day things will change. For me, I think each step I have done, sometimes I ask myself why I did that. And I analyze it and I say at the end, I think that was the best for me. I don't know, it was the best, but somehow I wish toward that. There is nothing in science, if you go deeply in science, will contradict our Islam. I think each discovery or each thing which has been discovered by a human being, it only emphasizes the fact that Allah created a very great creature called the human, who can think and can do these things. But not by doing these things will question the powerful of the creator, because he created as a human being who doing all these amazing discoveries or amazing technology. So whatever we see nowadays in AI or going to space or seeing these fast industrial things or technological things which happens very quickly, more than what we can comprehend. It's going very fast, going from simple telephone to mobile where you can talk to people and see their faces, and all these things, from a big equipment which needs maybe 1 or 2 rooms to a small device you can put it in your pocket and use it to point toward the board. All these things, I think, wouldn't be a reason to question our belief. At the contrary, it will emphasize the fact that Allah created a very great creature, which is the human, who has a brain, and he used his brain very well. What really makes me sad is that when I think about the war in Gaza now, I think about the weapon which have been used in the war. It have been used from the high technological countries like USA and Europe. I never say it has been used from a technological country like Egypt or Sudan or no Arabic country. Nothing will come to your mind that one of these countries has a high technology, even with it. So at the beginning of the war, I was crying and asking why we are so weak in technology. We have smart people. We are human like the people who are in Europe and USA. We are a great creature, as I see from all the high tech which happening in the world. But why it's not in the Muslim countries? And I cried for that, of what's happening in Gaza. But as I said, at the end, I realized that this is some lesson. It might lead to something which is very good for the Muslims. But so far, it's not. But Allah knows better than us where it goes and why He kept us so long so weak. We are maybe good in our belief, but we are weak in our science. We're dependent on the world and the international community. We use the mobile they invent. We use the planes to travel that they invent. We use the computers, the mobile, and we are so happy. We are just consumers. Maybe we are not happy exactly, but we are satisfied. We are using the technology. We are satisfied because when we travel to a high-tech country, we can use the same technology they use. But there is a big difference. We are users, but they are the inventors. And that's what makes us reach this point. As Gaza have been in this war, a victim for all the technology have been invented. As I said, whatever I think about, I always come back to a point that there must be a reason. Allah, He's the only one who knows what is the reason behind this. And we are just coming and we'll go soon. Nobody maybe will remember us with our thoughts or anything. But Allah knows what will happen next and how these things will change. And suddenly we'll become a high-tech country. I don't see it in the near future. Maybe it requires 100, 200 years. I don't know how long it will take the Muslim countries to go forward and become one of the big countries. So far, I'm sorry I go so far.
No, it's real. That's what it's about. So thanks for sharing all that. I think that there are a few things that you brought up which are important, and I've heard from other interviewees too that the pursuit of science is consistent with Islam because Allah's made us maybe in a way that we should pursue it. And to hear you say that just reinforces what we're doing here, and that whenever people talk about whether women should engage in this pursuit or should we engage with this at all, or is it just studies of Islamic studies, let's say, because even an Islamic study is a scientific endeavor. And so the whole pursuit of science is still consistent with Islam. So just to hear you say that is very reassuring too.
Okay.
Yeah. I guess, is there something, and then even like you said too, with the war itself and how there must be a reason that can still be consistent with faith too, that we have faith that Allah knows, but that He also has designed things in a way that we could maybe understand it also. And then, so I think that's a powerful point you bring up, Professor Hala, that both can be consistent. And that just because we don't know the reason yet doesn't mean a reason may not exist. Would that be fair to say what you're saying?
Yes, that's good. Yes, exactly.
I've never thought about it like that before either, to be honest, that those two are the same thing, essentially. That Allah's asking, it's like maybe two sides of the same coin, that we bring faith and then He'll bring the reason on His own time.
Yes.
No, that's a very interesting point. Thanks for bringing that up. And you've given a lot of pearls already, but is there anything that you would want Muslim people, whether adults, youth, whomever, to know about the career you chose, how it relates to your faith, just like maybe a parting message that you want to send to Muslims in general?
I think my advice to Muslim people is just to believe in themselves, believe what they want, and work hard to satisfy their needs, because once they are happy in accomplishing what they think they want, they will be able to please the society around them and do a perfect job.
Yeah, that sounds great. So let's say if there are some people that might be interested in engineering, whether it's electrical engineering or not, are there any particular resources that you recommend people could learn from, whether it's researching what you've done or just in general? Any resources you recommend?
For me, in terms of teaching, most of my courses is in YouTube at the Islamic University website. So if they are interested to watch these courses like electric circuits, electromagnetic, So they are all sources available in the homepage of the Islamic University of Gaza. I have a lot of bars. They can just look for my name, and it's a variety, as I said, in different topics, like in hybrid systems, solar energy, transmission lines, and different nanotechnology in different topics. So they can look also for my papers. For relating science, engineering, and Islam, I have no books, or I haven't wrote anything which is related science and Islam or science and belief. But as I said, there are many great people who did this work very well. Recently there is, and they all resources available in the internet. I recently watched Accessor for Mustafa Mahmoud. So they are very good in connecting science and faith. It's not only particular for engineers, it's for all kinds of science. And I think that will be widen their vision to see not only concentrated or very narrow to engineers and faith. It will give them a whole view about the universe, about the creatures and the whole world, and many of the discoveries, and how it's related to our faith, and how it's really motivate us to keep going in science. Hopefully that we can one day reach to a point that we make a new technology which is connected also to our faith and our Islam, and not waiting for others to do this technology and then we explain it and how to relate this to our belief and to our Islam and our Quran. Because Quran is full with a lot of things. If we thought about them earlier, maybe we can do all discoveries before the industrial countries do. But what we do now, catch the new discoveries, which is published in high impact journals like Nature or whatever, and they dig in this discovery and show that it has no contradiction with our Islam. It's really something that had been already discussed and explained very well. So for me, I enjoyed this, and I hope people will enjoy this too. For me now, I really see a lot of Abdel Daim Kohel. For me, he's the perfect person to connect between science and faith. I'm sure that there are many, but this is the person that I watch and I see how he explains things and for science and faith. For me, it's only scientific. People can find my papers, my lectures. So these are the resources that can guide a new generation to look through.
Okay, this is great. I'll definitely get more information about the gentleman you mentioned, and so we can help refer people to his videos as well too. So that'll be really insightful.
I'm sure that you will enjoy it. This Ramadan, he was doing very short videos. He has big videos where he explains things and go to the references and give you the full references. But this Ramadan, I think because people are really, people now becoming more a rush. So he was doing very short videos, but still very interesting and very, very good ones.
That's excellent. Professor Hala, thank you so much for taking the time, and I'm very grateful we were able to connect, and thanks for sharing your story and insights. I think it was really beneficial for me. So thank you so much.
Thank you. It's my pleasure. I'm really happy that we have succeeded to make this interview. Thank you very much.
No, absolutely, especially with schedules and everything. Okay, thank you again, Hala. Thank you so much. Mashallah, this was incredible to hear you, just to even learn more about you. And mashallah, you do so much work. That's a lot of work that you do, alhamdulillah.